Mike and Rick Outdoors. I'll say from Mike and Rick Outdoors, okay?
Well, hello everyone. This is Mike with Mike and Rick Outdoors.
Wait, you said it wrong.
Well, hello everyone. This is Mike.
From what?
No, I'm gonna say Mike and Rick Outdoors after you say Rick.
Oh.
Well, hello everyone. This is Mike.
And I'm Rick.
And we're with Mike and Rick Outdoors, and here we are late in the evening on the Arkansas River, just northwest of Salida.
Before we go any farther, like, subscribe, share, and turn on notifications so you'll be alerted as soon as we put out new videos.
I'm just really impressed. This is absolutely one of the prettiest rivers, or sections of river in Colorado that I've seen and I've been on. Oh, this is too much fun, dude. I mean, this is life. Did not expect this.
Yeah.
I mean, well, I came off the Taylor. That was the crappiest river I've ever fished. Look at all that deep water. Oh, I will catch trout there in the morning. I may not catch anything, I don't know. You can see the...
And I'm right where I need to be.
Right.
And I'm really sexy.
It's a good layout here to fish this river because you got the railroad track there that follows the river. It's easy walking. You don't have to fight the rocks and the cliffs and the bluffs, and you can cover a lot of ground. You can just walk flat and just walk the tracks as far as you want to go, a mile or two up the river. Well, hello again everyone. This is Mike. Sorry. Cut, take two. Well, hello again everyone. This is Mike.
This is Rick from Mike and Rick Outdoors, and we're here on the Arkansas River, about 10 miles north of Salida, and we're at the Stonebridge access point for the river. The river's a little bit low today, so we're a little concerned about how much we're going to be pulling the raft over the rocks, but this is the second time out with the raft. First time Mike and I have both been in the raft, but we'll see how it goes. But before we go any further, please like, subscribe, share, and turn on notifications so you'll be alerted as soon as we put out new videos here at Mike and Rick Outdoors.
I might mention though, this is November the 5th. It's a beautiful day, perfect weather for Colorado in November. In fact, it's hot. Wearing a short sleeve shirt, as you can see, and it's supposed to get warmer today. So the weather's fantastic, maybe even a little bit hot. But the river's down low. It's below 300 CFS, and so we're a little bit concerned about rubbing the bottom of the raft and going over the rapids. We may have to get out and pull it over some rapids a few places because the river is down low, but it's really clear, really pretty. It looks really fishy. So really looking forward to floating about 3 miles down this river, hit some holes of water, see if we can't catch us a trout or two. Well, here we are. We're about a mile down the Arkansas River. We got a couple more miles to go. It's been a really good experience. We had to drag it a couple of times, but it hit a few rocks, but it's beautiful floating right here. Perfect rapids, deep enough where we can get over them. It looks good all around the bend there. Great scenery in the background, the snow-capped mountains. Like I said, it's November the 5th, and the snow's starting to come in. The peaks are getting snow on them. But we're in t-shirts. It's plenty warm today. And Rick's learning. This is his first time today on the river rafting.
Did we go down 2 of them backwards?
I think every one of them went backwards. But I'm gonna get back to fishing here. I'm going to see if I can maybe catch a fish out there. There's some geese. That's pretty. Beautiful blue sky, geese flying over the river. It's really a good time. It just really looks fishy behind that rock. Went into our first set of rapids. We can actually hear the rapids. So this is the maybe a class 2, 3 maybe rapids, but first ones that we have run into. We need to move out and get by that rock there to the left. Don't go to this rock to the left. There we go. Now we're good. This is the fastest rapids we've been on today. But they're not bad. Probably off to the right of that rock. That wasn't too bad, just a lot of noise.
Well, we need to...
That is some type of law enforcement. He was probably waiting here to see how we navigate down through this part. Bounce off the rocks, all I know to do.
Go turn to the right.
Big rock. Try to get in a little bit of that current. See if we can float over these rocks. Oh, we got a waterfall. We need to go stay to the right over here. Get over to the right. Not good. There you go, go back, there we go. Now we're good. Okay. Oh, another big rock. Oh man, that's gotta be ripping the bottom out of that boat. Oh man. That was fun. Right here. There's one rock here we gotta get over. There's nothing we can do about it. It's this way the current takes. That was exciting. We're there. Now we got to go to the right up here. Well, shoot through this hole right here. Now we got it. That's weird back here, that truck. Just shoot straight here. Now we stay to the right, I think. Not too bad. Yeah, let's just take a break in this eddy. Just concentrate on fishing some holes of water somewhere. Well, it wasn't as bad as I thought. But this is probably about like what we expected as far as...
Yeah, I think this is what I was expecting. The way you were talking, it was sounding like a lot worse. It's amazing how you can sit in an eddy right in the rapids without moving.
Yeah, let me fish this thing a few times. I mean, there's... I just don't understand why they're... You know, usually if you cast and cast and cast and cast, you eventually catch one, you know. I don't know what else to do. Well, we made it. Here we're at the end of the 3-mile float. We're at the pickup point at the Big Bend. Here's the boat ramp to come in and a raft. And as far as a review on the raft, we went through some really, really shallow rapids, hit a lot of rocks, had to get out and drag it over. Did a lot of butt bumping and shallow areas, and bounced off a lot of rocks. It's really shallow. The river is like lower than 300 CFS, cubic feet per second. It's really low, and so this was a really extreme durability test on the raft, and it held up just fantastic. It held up really good. But so I'm glad that I bought this particular boat, because what sold me on this boat is the 2.5 millimeter thickness on the bottom of the boat. It double layered. It was called out being double layered as compared to other boats in its class. And the material itself, the denier fabric, was 2,000 denier. This fabric here is 2,000 versus the 1,000 or 1,100, and I'm glad after going through what we just went through on these rapids, 3 miles of just shallow rock, hitting rock rapids, scraping over rocks, bumping into rocks, doing a lot of scraping. Sounded terrible, sounded horrible, but it made it through just fine, and it lasted. So it's a really good durability test on this particular boat. I'm really happy with it. Probably won't take it out again on rivers that are less than 300 CFS. It's just too nerve-wracking to go down rivers like that. That's that low of water. Of course, it's November the 5th, so all the rivers in Colorado are low. So at this time of year, you're going to have to float down. If you want to do any river floating or fishing this time of year, it's going to be low level, low CFS rivers. And so it'd be a lot better if it was about 3 foot deeper, a lot faster, but a lot more or less bumping the bottom and dragging it over a lot of rocks. But so it was a good durability test on the raft, and it turned out fine. Glad I bought the real thick, heavy-duty material for what I just went through on this river. Okay, I want to talk about my oars on the boat. These are the oars that came with the boat, and as you see, this one here broke on me, which under normal use, but it was a pretty low-level, brutal float trip down the river, but still, you know, that broke. And so I am going to buy the elevated seats with the longer oars, more momentum. Other people do, and I see it pretty standard, and I'm going to add that feature onto this boat also. And it's a lot better for rafting, a whole lot more power. You got longer oar, more moment arm to steer the boat. And so like I said, these are what came with the BRIS boat, but I'm going to buy the seats that are higher with the frame and with the longer oars. Well, I wanted, out of curiosity, I wanted to look at the bottom of the boat, because we ran over some rocks that was really loud scraping, sounded really bad and terrible. And so I wanted to lift up the boat and see if there was any damage. And I can see some scratch marks here and there. One really good scratch mark here, but it doesn't look like any structural damage to the PVC where it tore a hole or anything. And I mean, it was brutal. We got a combination of about probably close to 400 pounds in the boat, and but I don't see anything structural damage, leakage, or tear or hole in. But you know, a pretty good scrape mark along the bottom here, where like I said, we went over a lot of rocks, and with both of us in the boat. And so I don't see anything as far as a hole or a tear, but just, you know, a scrape where it scraped into the PVC. And again, I want to re-emphasize is why I bought this boat over all the other boats that I was looking at and shopping for, is the 2.5 millimeter PVC double layer on the bottom of the boat. And that's why I bought this boat, because of this scratch mark right here and the low water level river that we floated down just now, because of this damage that was done. I think maybe a cheaper boat, I don't know how well it could have held up and how durable a cheaper boat with the 0.9 millimeter thickness of PVC on the bottom, I don't know if it would have ripped a hole in the bottom of the boat or not. I don't know. I wanted the extra, and I paid $300 more for over $1,100 or $1,200 boat. I paid $300 more to get the better quality, durable fabric on this boat for that very reason right there. It's a little bit of damage. Like I said, it's pretty much a scrape mark. It's not deep at all. It's not a tear, any depth to it where it's leaking water or ripped or tore through the fabric. But it is a scrape. It is, but it was a horrible scrape over some quite a few rocks. Bouncing horizontally, bouncing off of rocks, there's not that much wear and tear on the boat, because the current will push you off the rocks. You bounce off of them. It's not like it's scraping on the bottom. That was real stressful on the PVC, scraping on the bottom. But bouncing and side, I wasn't worried about the sides of the boat hitting the rocks and bouncing off them. That's basically what we did. The rocks, the big boulders sticking up out in the middle of the river, we would if we couldn't steer around, we would hit them and just bounce off of them, just bounce around them and going around them. So not that big of a deal. So other than that, I'm really pleased with the boat. I'm really happy with the boat. It got us 3 miles on a low-level river with a lot of rocks exposed, and it got us 3 miles down the river with 2 guys in it. Both of us weigh over 200 pounds, and so we had the boat loaded down. And but it passed the test from my concern, and I'm very happy with it. I'm very pleased with the product. I'm very glad I bought this boat, and I'm very happy with it.
All right, so I was rowing today. Mike was in the front, and you can see right here these oars are too close to the side of the boat. I really wanted them in here more to get more leverage, and I'd be farther out into the water. So it would have been really nice to have just a bit more leverage on the river.
Well, we hope you enjoyed our float trip today. We had a lot of fun. It was a really enjoyable day. I'm glad I came up here and floated down the river, tested out my raft, and I hope that you enjoyed the video that we showed.
Please like, subscribe, share, and turn on notifications so you'll be alerted as soon as we put out a new video. And thanks for joining us again here on Mike and Rick Outdoors.